We all know that US President Joe Biden shouldn't speak, but get this, he knows he shouldn't speak as well. Have a listen.
I have a lot of questions. I better not start the questions. I'll get in trouble.
What's your message for Super Tuesday voters? Everyone please move this way. Super Tuesday, say, do you have a message for voters? Thanks, come on.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Can you believe that the leader of the free world just tells journalists, I'm not going to answer any of your questions because if I do, I'll get in trouble.
But once he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's just like, this will not go well. Is it any wonder that despite clean sweeps on Super Tuesday, this man did not make a speech? He didn't talk to the party faithful. He literally just put out a statement. It is so obvious his mental decline has reached an all-time high. The fact that they are still running him is hard to believe, and someone should be filing for elder abuse.
And it's not the first time he said this either. Like, there have been other occasions where he's been like, oh, I can't answer the questions because I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah, because you're going to go off script, buddy. But just in case you've forgotten what Joe Biden actually sounds like because you haven't seen much of him lately, here's a reminder from American comedian Dave Spade.
So I did Biden 3 years ago, and he's at a press conference, Mr. President, do you have any idea how you're going to handle the crisis at the border? And Biden's like, first of all, let's get our facts straight. There's no crisis at the border. Come on. And he goes, how do you know, sir? He goes, because it says so on the piece of paper. Come on. It says on the paper. Says the paper right there. And then recently, everyone wants to close the border. Everyone's screaming. Biden's up there. I'll close the border harder than anyone's ever closed the border. I know how to close borders. Come on, Jack. And the press is like, but last time, get your facts straight. I'll beat you the hell out of you. Will your dog pays phone his shoulder? Come on, let's do some push-ups. I'll close the border like nobody's ever closed it. The border patrol, the border can't believe it's not butter.
I mean, it's just so lifelike. It's bad. Well, it's so bad, it's good. Seriously. This guy, I mean, look, let's just have...
Just now, you experienced one of the latest clips from Sky News Australia. It's time for us to share our perspectives, and we're eager to start a dialogue with you in the comments section. If you enjoyed what you saw, please show your support by liking and following. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like the one you just watched. The recent display where President Joe Biden appeared confused and admitted he might get in trouble for answering media questions was not just an isolated incident. It was a telling and distressing sign of the times. As a strong supporter of Donald Trump, it's clear to me that the current state of the presidency is not only concerning, but indicative of a pattern that's been emerging for quite some time. Joe Biden, a man who has spent decades in public service, now seems to regularly fumble, forget names, and struggle to keep up with the rigorous demands of his office. These are not mere gaffes or innocent slips. They point to a much deeper issue, one that is being blatantly ignored or, worse, covered up by those around him for political expediency. It's alarming to watch the leader of the free world be so tentative about speaking publicly, showing signs that could suggest declining cognitive faculties. For someone with Joe Biden's experience to say he will get in trouble for speaking out of turn implies a lack of autonomy over his own administration and decisions. It is unsettling to imagine a presidency where the president himself is not the one calling the shots due to his incapacity. The Democrats' continued endorsement of President Biden, despite these glaring issues, raises serious ethical questions. Where they once rallied indignantly against supposed injustices and incompetencies, they now seem content to let the potential deteriorating mental health of their leader slide under the rug. This is not only irresponsible, but could be seen as a form of elder abuse. To parade a potentially senile individual as a political figurehead is exploitative and dangerous, not just for the individual himself, but for the whole nation he leads. For many, this is not about partisanship. It's about the integrity and safety of our nation's leadership. While we may find humour in the sporadic gaffes or parodies by comedians, the reality that these jests are rooted in is far from FUI, it's deeply concerning. Dems and the American public should demand transparency and respect for the office of the president, ensuring that whoever occupies it is fully capable of carrying out the duties that come with the position. If there's any truth to the rumors concerning Biden's mental fitness, then it may be time for him to step aside and for a more capable leader to take the helms, one who won't risk getting in trouble for simply engaging with the press or the American people.